Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my skincare journey, my routine, and how it's changed between 2019 and today in 2020. So much has changed in 2020 for so many people, and so I thought it'd be a really great time. Now we're coming to the end of the year to talk about how my approach to skincare, my skincare philosophy, the brands I use, and the products and approach I take have changed in the past year. I don't think 2019 was a disaster for my skincare routine. Actually, I think I had it pretty nailed on. I was really happy with how things were. But I've learned so much over the past year and changed up so many different things, which I kind of want to share with you. So hopefully you might be able to get some benefits or switch up some own things in your own skincare routine or approach if you think it might work for you. I would love to know what you've changed in 2020 in terms of your skincare. So leave me a comment below. What have you changed? What are the results you've got from it? And kind of what was the catalyst for that change? Share it below because I would love to hear it. For me, so much has changed. I'm going to get straight into it and I'm going to talk you through, I guess, let's start with the positives and the things which I've added in 2020 and which I think has transformed my approach to skincare, my skincare philosophy, and overall, hopefully, my skin. So I think the key standout for me in 2020 was I discovered my love of cleansing. Now that might seem totally trivial and it might seem something that I kind of should have already done because I bang on about it being the most important part of your skincare routine. If you haven't got your cleansing down, there is no point doing the rest of your routine because you're going to be putting those amazing products on your dirty, debris-filled, SPF-covered skin. You need it to be fresh, clean, but most of all, hydrated and calm before you then put the rest of your skincare on. In 2019, I just went in with the Square Lane Cleanser by The Ordinary, no matter what my skin was doing or whatever I wanted to tackle or get from my cleanser. I kind of saw cleansing as a means to an end, and I totally changed my approach to this in 2020. I've discovered so many amazing cleansers. We have, the Alpha H Balancing Cleanser. I love that product. I love the Oat Cleansing Balm by the Inculist. The Salicylic Acid Cleanser by the Inculist is fantastic. The Sanskrit Saponins by NIOD. There are so many amazing cleansers. And so now, instead of just doing that one size fits all, and actually I was fortunate that my go-to cleanser back in 2019 was the Ordinary Square Lane Cleanser, which is a fantastic product and one of my favourite cleansers still. But instead of just reaching for that, I now take my time with my cleansing. I've taken it from a 30-second, rinse and go kind of approach to sitting down, doing an element of facial massage with it. It doesn't have to take forever. Maybe it just takes, for me, it's maybe just like 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes worth of massage. But I just find it so beneficial for kind of calming, soothing, really kick-starting skincare as a self-care part of your day rather than just a process which you go through at the beginning and the end of the day. I'm totally sold on cleansers and kind of making sure that your cleanser, the one that you're using in that moment, is matched to what your skin is doing in that moment. My skin changes day in, day out. If yours doesn't, then you are so lucky. And so I kind of try and make my cleanser match with what my skin's doing in that moment. And that's something I've really changed up in 2020. Another thing which I think has totally transformed my skincare routine is I discovered NIOD. I love NIOD. I love their products, from their copper amino isolate. It's got some survival, some multimolecular hyaluronic complex. I love NIOD, and whilst I fangirl hard about them, this is a brand I didn't know or hadn't tried anything from until the start of this year. If you want to go back and check out my video where basically I tried them for the first time, and you can see like the love affair starting in that video. I'll leave a link to it up there. So check that out if you want to see where my love affair with NIOD started. But I really find in 2020 it's made such a difference to my skincare routine. From the quality of the products I'm using, I find I'm using less products because these are so effective. And for me, adding the antioxidant into my routine was like game changing. Love their survival antioxidant. And adding the copper amino isolate is another standout product. I really think adding those copper peptides has just transformed the elasticity of my skin. I feel my skin is firmer, my pores are smaller, and overall I credit that single product with transforming my skin in 2020. There are some cheaper options. I've left a link to the ones that I talk about today, but I'll also leave some cheaper options. That one's reasonably expensive, but if you go for something like the Buffet with Copper Peptides by The Ordinary, you can get similar results, but you're paying a little bit less than you would for the NIOD Isolate Serum. But I just think Copper Peptides, absolutely love them, and that's really transformed my skin in 2020. Another huge thing I changed in terms of the philosophy and approach to my skincare in 2020 was I decided to go cruelty free. A lot of people read me when I first started mentioning this is like, if you decide to go for cruelty free and you decide you're against animal testing, you should just bite the bullet and do it in one step. And I do understand where people are coming from, but I think that's a bit overly simplistic, and I think that kind of forgets that different people have different situations and different things going on with their skin and in their life. I don't think it's reasonable to just expect someone to drop all the products they're using and then go out and spend a fortune on a whole suite of new cruelty-free products. Also, I don't think your skin will thank you if you change all your products up in one go like that. So I decided to take the approach of doing things gradually and actually finding cruelty-free products that I love just as much or even more than the products which I have in my routine at the moment, and kind of switch them up over 2020. I set myself the goal by the end of 2020 to be completely cruelty-free in my skincare routine, and I am almost there by one product. So I'm getting there, and in 2021, I'll be able to start the year fully cruelty-free. I'd encourage anyone that is interested in cruelty-free skincare actually to do it gradually. You know, don't just decide, wake up one morning and think, right, I'm going cruelty-free, everything needs to change. That's great, but you have to have the money to buy a whole suite of new products, and I just don't think your skin will thank you for changing that much in one go. So see it as a gradual process, and let's actually find products that are cruelty-free that we love just as much as those that are currently in our routine. I have been gagged and shocked by some of the amazing cruelty-free dupes I've been able to find this year. I did a whole video on cruelty-free cleansers, which is kind of where my love affair with cruelty-free skincare started. I'll leave a link to that video up there. You might call me like backwards thinking like this, but I thought cruelty free at the start of this year was a bit of a niche thing. If you think back to how it was like 10 years ago, it was very, very small scale. It tended to be those slightly, like, I don't want to use the term hippie brands, but those which didn't, had a lot of botanicals in there, but didn't really deliver great results, and had a very negative perception. But now, totally transformed, and you've got brands like The Ordinary, Inculist, Paula's Choice, Alpha H that I mentioned, some really great cruelty-free skincare brands that offer amazing products with great results. So I kind of discovered that over 2020, and I'm so glad I did. One of the things which helped me so much in that journey is my love affair, my newfound love affair with Korean skincare. People were going on about it in 2019, and I thought, do you know what? I don't want to change anything in my routine. I'm pretty happy. I don't need to look at Korean skincare. But then all of a sudden, it just blew up, and I thought, okay, I'm doing this channel a disservice if I don't start looking at some cruelty-free Korean skincare and kind of working out whether the hype is right and whether any of the products are worth including in my routine. I did my first Korean skincare haul video maybe like 4 months ago. I'll leave a link to it there. It's not my best video, but you can see where my love of Korean skincare started, and now I'm a total convert. I think the standout products for me are their toners, which, I just love Korean toners and essences. They're hydrating, they add some extra calming and soothing botanicals in there quite often. Sometimes you can get some amazing active ingredients like niacinamide or salicylic acid. I just find them so good. Also, when it comes to gel cleansers and gel moisturizers, Korea has it nailed. The Blythe Pressed Serum was for me like a holy grail find in 2020 and allowed me to swap out my previous favourite moisturiser, which was the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel, not cruelty-free, with a cruelty-free, fantastic, like-for-like dupe that my skin has fallen in love with. So Korea is where it's at. And I did tease in my last video that come the 1st of December, I am doing like the ultimate Korean skincare haul. Over 20 products that I'm trying out as we speak for the first time I've seen them, and I'm going to share with them in this like massive like homage and love affair to Korean skincare video, which I am going to be sharing at the start of December, so tune in for that one. Finally, for the kind of the things that I've mixed up and changed in my routine, a lot of them are thanks to you guys recommending great products, but also sharing with me some of your favourite hacks. And I've started a series on this video around skincare hacks, but some of them that have been mentioned by you guys have transformed my skin. My number one favourite hack find of this year has to be dropping a few drops of your favourite facial oil into your moisturiser and transforming it from a bog standard drugstore moisturiser into a hydration powerhouse that your skin will adore. I had never done this until like 3 months ago, and now as my skin is a little bit dry, it's winter here in the UK, so it's quite dark. I'm trying to wear summer colours, but I'm fighting against the dark and the gloom and the wet. My skin skin is quite dry. So adding a couple of drops of my favourite facial oil, which is the rosehip oil by The Ordinary, into my moisturiser just transforms the hydration levels. It means you don't have to buy a totally separate moisturiser for winter, and sometimes in winter your skin does still go through cycles, a bit oily sometimes, a bit dry others, and so you don't need to have two moisturisers. You can stick with one and just add a few drops in when you think your skin needs it. Literally a life-saving hack, and my favourite hack of 2020. Now, I guess let's come on to some products which I left in 2019. Those that I fangirled hard for, but just didn't come on that journey with me and make it into 2020. Number one has to be The Ordinary vitamin C suspensions. They do two. They do a 30% in hyaluronic acid, and they do a 23% in silicone. It might actually be the other way around. I can't remember, but I don't have them anymore. Those were my go-to vitamin C's. I love them and I use them time and time again. But I always get a really irritated, like stinging, prickling, like you had a load of needles going across the face. Really not that pleasant to use. They sunk in, but not that well. The one with silicone never sank in. The one with hyaluronic acid did over time sink in, but you risked pilling and it just not layering well with your other skincare. I really wasn't a fan of those products, but I kept using them because they did actually work. Then I discovered my vitamin C derivatives, in particular the ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate solution 20% in vitamin F. And I've never looked back. It works just the same in terms of the brightness and the luminosity you get, but you don't get that stinging, the tingling, the dryness, just the unpleasantness that you can get with a pure form vitamin C. So that's definitely a product I left in 2019, and I don't think I'm going to be bringing back. I found a great dupe and I'm sticking with it. I also have left my go-to cleanser I loved. So I talked about how I always went for the Square Lane cleanser by The Ordinary. I love that, still do. But when I was feeling super oily and I wanted a gel cleanser, I used to reach for the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cleanser. This was God for me. I loved it. I just thought it was the best product I tried ever. It just mattified the skin. It didn't dry me out and it didn't leave me too sore. So I fangirled hard for it. It was fragranced, and a lot of people, when I did start recommending it really early on in this channel, a few people came to me and said it's fragrance. It didn't bother me because it's a wash-off product. I wasn't leaving it on the skin. Why I left it behind is it's not cruelty-free, and for me, that was the first to go because I linked that video earlier about cruelty-free cleansers. I found so many good dupes, and it pained me to let it go because, you know, it was a great product, but I just thought, no, that's the easiest one to fix because there are so many great cruelty-free gel cleansers out there. I'm trying some new ones at the moment, which I'm hoping to share with you in a couple of weeks, but in terms of gel cleansers, that I had a love affair with for years, gone to be replaced by some absolutely fantastic dupes. Another product which I said goodbye, kissed goodbye to in 2020 was the CeraVe PM lotion. This is a product which so many people, friends and family recommended for me in 2019, so I tried it. This has a niacinamide in there, so it's supposed to be great for, you know, calming any irritation, supporting with the eradication of breakouts. It said non-comedogenic, so I was like, great, I was having a breakout at the time, this is going to be fantastic. And it just sent my breakout into overdrive. I kept using it because I kept thinking, fight past that, could be a little bit of a purge, let's just keep fighting past that. Everyone says this product is amazing, and I couldn't get to grips with it. I tried the whole bottle and it just made my acne so bad, and I was really surprised because it said non-comedogenic and the ingredients looked great in terms of calming rather than irritating. Just didn't work for me. So I'm actually going to sit down and do a whole video on why I think that product didn't work for me and why a couple of other people have mentioned this. It might not be working the way you intend it for your skin, and why it might not be the cure-all for anyone with acne or breakout prone skin. So I left that one behind and I thought, let's look for some other moisturizers which are really great. I realized, actually listen to what your skin is. You don't need to apply a moisturizer every single day. I apply it when I'm feeling super dry, but in summer, sometimes, particularly in the morning, an SPF is hydrating enough. I don't need to add any extra moisturizers on top of that. And I kind of started listening to my skin. That Blythe pressed serum saved my skin, and that was like one of my favorite finds of 2020. But I kind of reevaluated whether, you know, the old mantra of cleanse, tone and moisturize and you've got a skincare routine. I kind of let that go and thought, no, in the morning, do you need to cleanse? No, actually, if your skin, you know, you're sleeping, your skin's creating repairing oils and it's restoring itself, do you need to wash your skin in the morning? Probably not, unless you're super oily that morning. You probably don't. Do you need to always wear a moisturizer? No. You might find that your SPF is moisturizing enough. That's kind of what I learned from 2020 and how my skin's just reacted so positively to kind of me listening to it rather than sticking to the same thing day in, day out. finally, and this will shock you and absolutely shock you to your core if you've ever watched any of my videos before. In 2019, I had never used a chemical exfoliator. Exfoliating acids did not exist in my life, and I used to reach for the Daily Microfoliant by Dermalogica. Now, I'm not shading that product because I actually really like it. It's enzyme based, it's got a light physical element to the scrub, but it's not too harsh. If you want a physical exfoliant, that is the best one on the market because the chances of you doing damage to skin are pretty much nil, and it's got some really nice enzyme qualities to it. But I've never tried an acid exfoliation until 2020 came along, and I've tried just about every single one and I love them. Lactic acid is my go-to at the moment. I can't live without it. So I left the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant in 2019. But that's not because it's a bad product, it's just because I found products that work better for my skin. Leave me a comment below if you actually still love that Dermalogica Microfoliant. I might actually pop one if I see it on sale, because it's reasonably expensive. It's not super expensive, but it is up there in price point. I might buy one and just try it for old time's sake, because I never hated it. I just thought the products that I found in terms of acids worked that little bit better. So there you are, guys. This is out with the old 2019 bin and gone, and here we are with 2020. I think a lot of people will be wishing 2020 gone and we can move into successfully and hopefully an improved 2021. But for me, I learned so much, and the one thing I kind of took away from starting this channel and also just changing up my approach to skincare in 2020 is I've turned it from a process for dealing with problem skin. I hate the term problem skin, but that's how I saw my skin in 2019. I was oily, breakout prone, I had some discoloration and hyperpigmentation, and I didn't really like my skin, and my routine was all designed around combating all of that and kind of like a means to an end. 2020, and I think this channel has helped so much with this, I've kind of discovered it's all about self-care. And actually, my routine I'm doing for me and for my skin, and it's a really nice 20-minute period in my day where I can sit down, chill, relax, do my routine, and I come out of it the other end with not only hopefully improved skin, but also with improved confidence, and with that kind of, it's a time to think and just calm and sort of like focus on what's happened during the day and just take a chill before you go to bed. So I actually have transformed, I guess the thing that's changed the most is I've transformed from seeing it as a skincare routine, I'm seeing it more like a self-care routine. And hopefully you guys have also, all been skincare junkies like me. Hopefully you guys are also seeing your routines like that. But leave me a comment and let me know. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love for 2020.